Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. I haven't done a video in a while and I do apologize for that. I've been busy with some continued education courses in my personal training, and I just got my sports nutrition certification, so yay me! Anyways, I fought with the lighting for quite a while. And I don't know, so I'm sorry if my video has really terrible lighting. I'm working on getting better at my lighting, and sorry I just kicked the camera. But I have been praying about what to share, and as always, God is just teaching me a lot through the season of singleness. And I just recently watched a video by Tori and Chad Masters, and they were talking about just their struggle with trying to have a child, and they were being very open and transparent. But one of the things that he was saying in the video that I really liked, and I kind of found myself guilty of, was just always turning everything into a positive. And he said sometimes it's okay to not be okay. And I just want to kind of share that a little bit further in the area, in the struggle of singleness. And just over these past 2 years, I've had a lot of exes come into my life and just profess kind of their undying love and wanting to reconnect and get back into a relationship with me. But upon, kind of talking with them and finding out where they're at, their walk with the Lord just wasn't strong. And I also have had some weird things happen as well. My phone just out of nowhere called one of my exes, and that was really weird. And that was kind of like one of those things where I was trying to decipher, okay, is this just coincidence? Is this just something where, am I supposed to talk to this person? Am I supposed to pray for this person? And just like spiritually within my own mind and heart, it was hard because I've had all these exes come back into my life, and then I actually call one of mine by, I don't even want to say by accident, because my phone was literally on my bed facing face side up, so no one was touching it, and I don't have any Google Dial or anything like that. So it was just really weird, and it just made me start almost kind of resenting my time of singleness. It made me kind of sad, because I'm just like, wow, God, if all these people are coming back into my life and I've been having to say no, and just once again it seems to be saying no, this isn't what God has for me. And I want so badly to say yes. I want so badly to be able to be in a relationship and just work towards a marriage with someone. And the fact that that isn't happening, it's almost the exact opposite of that is happening, to where I am just having to just put myself in a place of purposeful singleness. And I just get mad about it. I'm not gonna lie. I get mad because I see people around me who aren't doing that. I see people who are having kids outside of marriage, and it seems like they're just so happy together, and people I've grown up with, and it's just really hard. It's hard to see, because I don't want to compare myself to someone else, and also their walk with the Lord is different than mine, and I don't ever want to resent someone else's blessing, and I don't want to have jealousy reign in my own heart. So I want to be happy for those people. I want to be happy even though they're taking a route that I believe is against the Bible. But God has to convict that heart. Even though I know it's wrong, God still has to convict that heart. And I just kind of want to be on the sidelines and say, God, look at all this, and you still haven't blessed me. You are just a tyrant. You're keeping me from what I want. And that's how I feel. And it's been a really rough couple of months, and that's another reason why I haven't made a video. I just have felt like I wasn't in a place to bring my video back around to something encouraging to leave you with. And I just wanted to be like, okay, God, bring me this amazing word to give, because it's Easter. I'm filming this on Easter. And God was like, really spoke to me through that video by Tori and Chad, that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if you feel like you can't give at a certain time because you yourself are struggling. And that's the time when you really have to lean into the Lord and believe the truths that you've studied. Believe that God hears your prayers and He is not finished. And John 10:10, you need to read that, because God has come to give us life and to give us life abundantly. And we can't be so stuck on what we don't have that we refuse to live for Christ. And I think that's another added thing I've shared in my past videos, where it can get really hard if you're following after God and you're serving Him and you're really involved, that you begin to feel that God doesn't see you because you are following Him. You're not living in sin. You're not choosing the way of the world. It can be like this feeling of, well, God just doesn't see me. God doesn't care that I feel lonely. God doesn't care that I want a spouse. And those are just feelings that I struggle with. Those are things that I have to battle against on a daily. When I go into a park or a business and I see couples together with their families, I just have to pray. I have to pray like, God, you know that I want that, and you know that my heart longs to be held. I want that intimacy in a relationship, and it's just really hard. It's really hard because I could have that. I could have that if I would say yes to relationships that are not God honoring. And it's a long road choosing to be single in this world that we live in right now. And it's the challenge of Hebrews 11. And if you haven't read that, I would encourage you to. But in that chapter, it talks about people who had died, who had never received the promise of the Lord, but they remained faithful to Him. And sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel that I'm never going to receive that promise from the Lord. And so I have to battle that. I have to battle, okay, even if I never receive it, I want to be faithful in praying for my future husband. I want to be faithful in being joyful. And it's hard because you really want something. It's hard because you want to grow a family as a single, and knowing that you don't have anyone to go through life with can be really challenging sometimes. For me, especially because I'm going through a lot in my life, and I just want someone to come alongside me and be that protector, be that person who stands up for me, be that person who is that prayer warrior for me, and just someone who I can come home to and who can feed truth into me. And it's just hard because I know God is those things and I have to lean into Him for those things, but also I do want that in a spouse, and I do want that when I'm coming home, just someone that I can embrace and someone who I can talk to about my day and my struggles. And I guess I just wanted to make this video to let you know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be going through a hard season. God is with you in the hard season. He is with you when you see the thing that you want so badly and you have to die to yourself and say, God, you know that I want this, but help me to love you despite not getting the things that I want. And I'm just gonna share my heart for this season, even though it's confusing, even though I feel like God doesn't see me at times. I don't feel that way all the time, but just at times it can feel overwhelming. And I wanted to share this to hopefully help encourage you to lean into the love of Christ and lean into His body. Ask people for prayer. Ask people to come alongside and believe for your future spouse. And I also wanted to say, I think a lot of times when singles are wanting a spouse, the advice that you get is just you have to find your wholeness in the Lord. And I think that can sometimes be a hurtful thing to say to singles, because it would be the same as someone who's trying to have a child, right? You need to find your wholeness in the Lord. And most of the time those people, they already have their wholeness in the Lord, but it's still a longing of their heart. They still want a child. Like, they still want to love and nurture a child, and they know that they love the Lord. They know that even if they don't get a child, they're still gonna love the Lord. And I feel a lot of Christian singles are in that same boat. They are whole in the Lord. They're in a battle. And if you're watching this and you're a married person, I just really want to encourage you to love on the singles instead of telling them, hey, you just need to find your wholeness in the Lord, and maybe evaluate, maybe that single does have their life submitted to God. Maybe they're just in a hard battle because they're going through that battle by themselves. You know, I think it's easier to be in a battle when you have someone by your side. It's a lot harder to be in a battle when you don't have someone by your side. And you have to be the one clinging to the Lord and asking Him to be your defender and be your strength. And so I just wanted to say that. That's like kind of a side trail, but you are whole in Christ. If you have your life submitted to Him and you're saying no to hard things, I just want to encourage you, don't believe the lies of the enemy that says you're not whole in Christ. Because you are whole in Christ. You're just going through a hard season. You're just going through a time when it doesn't seem like anyone understands how badly you want something and how much you're holding on to righteousness and holiness. And you just want someone to say, I believe in you. I believe that you can do this. I believe that God has someone for you, and someone who's going to come alongside and encourage you. And I want to be that right now for you if you're in that spot. And just let you know that you're not going through this alone. You're not going through this season alone. And hopefully my next video I'll be able to end on a little bit more encouraging note. But I want to leave this video with just that fact that you are not alone. And I hope that you come back for the next video and that your day is blessed. Bye.